I want to talk about black films. This is something I want to talk about for a while, but I never got around to it, or it just slipped my mind. And there's a lot of talk about not just recent movies that's came out, but just movies that have came out the past couple of years that was so-called what we would consider a black film. And there's a lot of criticism towards the movie The Butler, and Red Tails is one of them, and Precious was one of them, and even For Color Girl. Those are the movies that have been hit pretty hard, when they came out. And when I did my movie review on The Butler, I had some of my subs say, oh, I'm not supporting that movie, and I respect that. We all have the right to support what we want to support, just as long as we're knowledgeable on what we're supporting and what we're not supporting. So, I had no issue with that. And then, I was watching another someone that I'm sub to. He made a video on why he wasn't supporting it. I was reading some of the comments and everything, and some people were making points. He made points, and then people in the comments were making points. And my opinion when it comes to black films, I think it's important that we have them out here, and not just on the independent level, although that's pretty much how our movies are being portrayed nowadays. I think it's important that we have our movies in the mega screens too. And I've always been a film junkie. Actually, I was going to major in film when I first got in college, but I ended up switching my career I want to go down on. What career lane I want to go. And so like I said, film has always been something that I've been passionate about. I've always been curious about it, and I've studied film. And my favorite movie director of all time would have to be Spike Lee. I have all his movies. I've seen everything that he's made, even movies that weren't that good, like probably Girl 6 and Summer of Sam. So I've studied Spike Lee's work. I love his movies. I'm a big fan of Spike Lee. And one thing that I respected about Spike Lee is that his versatility and what he brought to the main screen. And now a lot of times the studios don't want to fund Spike Lee for a lot of the movies that he wants to do. That's why he has this new program called a Kickstarter, where you can donate money for his next project. And if you guys want to check it out, you can go to Kickstarter.com and just click on Spike Lee. You can donate money. You can donate $5. I heard him say that in the interview. He's not looking for big money, just whatever you can donate. And I really knew that the studios didn't like Spike Lee and the type of messages he puts out to the mainstream audience when they didn't want to fund him to do The Inside Man 2. Now, if you guys haven't saw The Inside Man, that was a great movie, well written, well directed, had good actors in it. It was with Denzel Washington. I forgot the other brother that's in there, but he's coming out with a new movie. I think it's called 12 Years of Slaves or something like that, but that's going to be a pretty good movie too. But when they didn't want to fund him money to do that film, that was, it was no other question that the studios just did not like Spike Lee, because that was his most successful film. It was universal. It wasn't on what we consider a black topic. It was just a great movie. But when they didn't want to give money for that, it was like, okay, come on now. Now we know that the studios just don't like Spike Lee. But we have people who criticize, black movies and, say, well, I'm not supporting this and I'm not supporting that. And, that's cool, but I think also we have to keep in the back of our mind of the bigger picture. A lot of times we don't see the bigger picture of things. If we have someone like Spike Lee or, Tyler Perry, which I don't agree with everything he does, because, sometimes I think he coons and buffoons and puts out a lot of negative images towards white America for them to just continue to stereotype us as, black folks in this country. But, him, Lee Daniels, John Singleton, Matty Rich, the Hughes brothers, even though we might not agree with every single thing that person has done, or just every single aspect of the movie, that doesn't necessarily mean that we can't go out and support it, because at the end of the day, we need our stories to be put out there. A lot of times, they don't want to show us, they don't want to show our lives or the things that we go through, especially when it comes to racism. And that's why I respect someone like Spike Lee, who can make a movie like Malcolm X and Do the Right Thing, and Jungle Fever, which just touched on interracial relationships. And I think also within black film today, the versatility has gone. The guy that's really booming the black films out there right now is Tyler Perry. And, I get into debates with, people in my family, especially my mom and, the older people in my family, because, they're very centered around church and, religion and stuff. And that's pretty much where Tyler Perry, that's his main audience. He targets the church people. And, I'll get into debates, about just saying how a lot of images that he puts out is a lot of cooning. I feel like, his versatility is not good. If we look at all of his videos, his movies, they're pretty much surrounded by relationships. We look at Meet the Browns. You had Angela Bassett going after, Rick Foster's going after her. Why Did I Get Married? I Can Do Bad by Myself with Taraji P. Henson. The Family That Prays, which I thought was a good movie, that's probably my favorite movie from Tyler Perry. What's that other one? Medea's Family Reunion or whatever. Even though there might be other aspects of the movie, the main center of attention is relationships. And I think that we give Tyler Perry a little too much credit for his movies, when really it's the same thing, just being recycled over and over. Or he uses the Madea character, the loud, cussing and stuff, ghetto, basically playing into that stereotype of, the old black woman or just the angry black woman that's around. And, I think with his artistry, he has to be very careful of the type of images that he puts out. But I do respect the brother as a businessman. I respect the fact that he knows his target audience, but at the same time, I would challenge Tyler Perry to step up his creativity. But, a lot of times when we have a movie like The Butler, and like I've said, I was questionable of whether I wanted to go out and support that movie too because of Oprah. But then I thought about, I was like, okay, well, Oprah's just one person, Yeah, you have other people, you have Cuban Jr., he's cooned in the media before. Terrence Howard, sometimes he says little slick things. I think he's a good actor, but he does questionable things here and there. But I'm not gonna, say, okay, well, I'm not gonna support this black film, even though it's good, even though it's directed by a black director. I'm not gonna support it simply off of someone like Oprah, where she had a role in the movie, but she didn't have a big role in the movie. The biggest role went to Forrest Whitaker, and I would say the brother, I forgot his name, but he was in the Planet of the Apes movie, and I think what else was he in? He was in Red Tails. I forgot his name, but it was centered around those two guys. And I felt like, okay, I'm gonna go out and check this movie out. It seems like it's a good movie, even though I have questionable things about it. I'm gonna still go out and support that black film and support that black director, because at the end of the day, we have to have those type of films out there. Even though it does get a little repetitive with black movies always being we're maids, or we're shuffling for the white man, or we be living in poverty, and they kind of the same old thing. And I do think as black directors, they need to push the envelope, and we need a wide range of stories to be put out there, like it was in the 90s when you had Matty Rich and John Singleton coming with the hood aspect, or you had Spike Lee doing the racial movies, or movies like Clockers, or Crooklyn, which I think was a great movie. And I think we need that diversity back, but at the end of the day, we have to look at the overall picture, and we do have to still support our black films, because if we don't support them, then we won't see anything. And like I said, I thought The Butler was a good movie. I did notice that in the movie they tried to make, you know, the Black Panther Party seem like as if their efforts towards moving our people forward in this country what didn't really mean anything. Like, you know, they were the dangerous, ruthless, trying to kill everybody type of organization, which that is nothing what the Black Panther Party stood for. So, you know, I noticed little things that they try to cover up or try to put a different type of image on it. But then I noticed that they showed the things that we had to go through and the things that, you know, we still have to fight for in this country when it comes to just us progressing through this country. So, you know, there was pros and cons in the movie, but I still thought it was a good movie. But at the end of the day, we gotta look at the overall picture, and sometimes we gotta put that one coon or that one sample to the side and support these black films, simply because we need to support these black films, because we need our stories and our messages portrayed out in the big screen, not just on the independent level. So, you know, that's basically what I wanted to talk about in this this video here, and about black films. But, you know, that being said, I do think there's movies out there that we need to stop supporting. You know, like the coon and buffoonery type of movies. Now, we look at a movie like Soul Plane. Was Soul Plane funny? Yes, but it played into that stereotype that, you know, all black folks are ghetto, or, you know, we don't have good customer service, or if we ever get some money, we're gonna go out here and act a fool. So, you know, we have to be careful with what we support, but then we have to look at the overall picture. And, you know, that's basically what I wanted to say. You guys give me your feedback on whether you support black movies, or you have a certain type of black movies that you support, what type of movies you would like to see out. And you guys let me know who's your favorite movie director. Don't have to be a black person, but I just want to get a feel for, you know, who people are watching out there. But again, you know, it's about the overall picture. And, you know, I for an example, you know, I don't want to make this video too long, but, you know, I had questions on Trayvon Martin's parents not wanting to go out there and protest, you know, and stand up for not just the injustice for their child, but the future of black folks' justice in this country. And I had an issue with that. But at the same time, I'm not going to let their opinions stop me from going out there and progressing and doing what I need to do to move my people in a better direction. You know, I can't take what they do and take that so much to the heart where I forget about the overall message that we're trying to do out here. We're not just we didn't march out there or, you know, protest or sign petitions strictly just for Trayvon Martin. We're doing it for the future. We're doing it for our kids, so they can have a better future. Because like I've said before, there will be another Trayvon Martin. There will be another Emmett Till. There will be another Oscar Grant. But, you know, that's all I have to say. I'm out, y'all. Again, check out that Fruitville movie. That's another good one. Peace.